There's a Pokemon Legends ZA demo at the Pokemon World Championships, and Nintendo Life has already played and uploaded some gameplay, so I'm going to show a little bit of it, but you need to watch their full video, and we're also getting a little bit of extra information from other people that have played the demo. New images from Pokemon Legends ZA demo showing the appearance of the map, Pokemon profile options. We can see they retain nature and equipped item, but they don't have an ability. Alright, so we get to break down all of that fun stuff as well. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, and comment your thoughts down below. But man, the battles are rough. Like, look at the, like, bro, how is this supposed to be fun or interesting with Pokemon? I know I didn't show anything, but like, consider where we are. We're just in a cramped alley, and we have like 5 steps to move around with, and then that's supposed to make the battles interesting. It's just running back and forth for no reason, doing nothing and accomplishing nothing. This is supposed to be action. Like, actually, it's so boring. The only thing you can do is just like fidget and twiddle around with the joystick because nothing is going on. And then it seems really broken, like the Pokemon Legends Arceus battles, where it's like, yeah, it's just arbitrarily longer and takes more time, and you're just kind of like stuck doing whatever. Because, you know, it's like, oh, I use Tackle. Now I have to wait 10 seconds to use Tackle. Same thing for Thundershock. And the only thing I can do is fidget and twitch left and right for a bit in this cramped area. And as the battle's going on, and maybe they dodge, and then we're just stuck with that. Oh, we won somehow. What? Like, it's the most fake gameplay, fake action, tedious nonsense. And get this, the way you get Mega Energy is by collecting it as it falls off the enemy when you hit them. Pokemon Legends is already like confirmed by Game Freak to be main series, but this is like the most anti-Pokemon mechanic ever. And I imagine it just makes the battles more and more tedious, because when you move, your Pokemon gets dragged with you. That's how you're supposed to dodge attacks. So now you have to disrupt the combat even more to collect these little orbs, or maybe like while your Pokemon is locked in an attack animation, that's going to be like the most optimal time to scoop some of them up. And then everyone's just running around, accomplishing nothing, and then you got to get the Mega Energy to do the Mega Evolution stuff. And overall, even the Absol battle and like the big Mega fight looked horrible, but we also saw that from the trailers. Like, ah, yeah, Dragonite's just getting stunned by Tyranitar, and they're just kind of in the corner of the arena doing nothing because the gameplay is just so awful. And you want to know how you use potions and items? You hard pause the battle. There's no action to this game, and is there actually just zero difficulty where you can, like, if there's no cooldown, there's no drawback to this. It's just item spam while pausing, or pause buffering to, like, dodge and set up attacks or something. Pokemon Legends ZA might actually be the worst ARPG ever made. Other games, they have it, like, on a hotbar, and you still have to, like, use it strategically inside of the action and combat. With this, you just get to pause a boss battle whenever you want to heal up for free. And like, maybe there's some kind of cooldown, or maybe there's something else to it, but this is just objectively terrible design that is indefensible, like everything else we've seen from Pokemon Legends as an entire series. And then these screenshots, they don't make it any better. Remember, let's watch Whirlpool evolve. Shinx has ears, or whatever that stupid quest from Pokemon Legends Arceus was. What did Shinx's ears look like? Oh my god, how did anyone defend this trash game? And then we can see that, bro, like, main quest? Get your travel bag back? After a long journey, you arrived in Lumio City, but a Pokemon named Pancham has run off with your bag. Chase after it to reclaim your belongings. Yay, main quest, side quest, and it's just nonsense. At least it kind of shows you the Pokemon inside the Wild Zones. Boy, Wild Zone 1 has 7 Pokemon, and then there's completion goals. Yay! And then we can see, like, okay, held item, nature's beneficial, bad nature, and then if we go through, like, the rest of this, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's an ability. Great. Cerebi also got invited for a demo, but their video is barely 5 minutes long. I mean, the Nintendo Life one is also like 7, and a lot of it is just kind of like setting up like, oh yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I got to go out to Worlds. So it's like half vlog, a very little bit of gameplay, some trailer gameplay, and then like 3 seconds of actually hands-on with the game and the battle system. Serby did a write-up. Is there anything interesting in here? Battle system, as originally revealed, is different from past or traditional games, so saying it as it is. Pokemon follow you as you walk around. Some moves can be commanded from a far distance, others are going to be closer up, so melee and ranged hits makes sense. That doesn't mean that the Pokemon may not necessarily go precisely where you want them to, but they will try to keep close to you where possible. Awesome. So you're dragging, like as we can see, they just get loosely dragged around. Battles feel dynamic and akin to what has been seen in the animated series in the past. There's absolutely no way. Alongside damaging moves, status moves can be used in various ways. Demo showed the early part of the game. I can already see a need for strategy later on. Status conditions where poison damage persisted after the battle when Fletchling was out. That's kind of neat, and like the old school Pokemon stuff. So the gameplay was like a little bit of ZA Royale. So as this was the early game, trainers are fairly simple with Weedle, Bunnelby, Bellsprout, and they were also simple to beat, but it gave a good look at the battle system. Being able to sneak up on trainers gives you an advantage. When you're on the receiving end of it, it can be devastating. Alongside the 3 trainers, there was a 4th that was nearly 10 levels higher than my Pokemon. I hoped to brute force it, but they snuck up on me and wiped out all of my Pokemon in one hit, with me not dealing much damage. Yay, that sounds fun, just like how Pokemon Legends Arceus broke all the mechanics to completely invalidate any previous Pokemon experience or any game experience. So now it's like, yep, you don't get to brute force it, or there's going to be some angle to do so. I imagine that the benefit is also not going to be that big because of the points and the ZA Royale system. Unless the point cap rolls over after you rank up, it's like, oh, I beat a really strong trainer that the game just put in to be unbeatable, and then I don't get any real reward because I immediately hit cap, and then nothing happens from it. And they even like put in this 4th cheeky trainer for the veteran players just to get bodied because you actually don't stand a chance. Talking about some of the strategy with the Mega Pokemon battle that, you know, you use Rock Smash for lower defense and then Bullet Punch for the quick hit to utilize on the lower defense. You attack from a distance with the Aura Sphere and then you try to dodge. Final thoughts, while playing, game ran super smooth and looked great. Segment before the Rogue Mega Absol, I looked around at the city, it looked great, how I imagined Lumiose to be. And with how small the demo is, I'm wondering if this is even going to be made available for everyone else before the game comes out. Because the old demos were really cool. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Sun and Moon, those were actually some pretty significant demos, and they like live updated, and they had more and more content added into them instead of like 2 quick experiences where you only get a couple of minutes of gameplay total. But it's also so small, it seems to be just like a standalone built demo. So maybe that could also be like, hey, you just get a couple minute experience. And according to some of the people that have played it, this gameplay is so riveting, it has you excited for more. When really what I see here is like what we saw with the trailer, like, oh, the 3 seconds of clips that we get inside the trailers that look awful, dragging that out to multiple, like dragging that out just a couple seconds longer looks awful, let alone minutes, let alone an entire game of it. And then the whole thing about the battles where like you're getting challenged, you have to ambush people or you get ambushed and then everyone's just wandering around. It's even funny how like the trailer shows the battle where like, oh, you're actually just supposed to stand there, and then other people get in the demo, they're just like spazzing around and stuff. It's just so bad, and like actually seeing the live gameplay doesn't make it any better. So yeah, that's what's going on with the Pokemon Legends ZA demo. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.